Hi, video game fans. I've been promising and talking about for a while now of doing some sort of video game vlog, and it's hard for me to figure out what I really want to show or do because there's just so many thousands and thousands of people on YouTube that put up video game related videos, and it's just, most of them are like, I just got this and this and this, isn't that cool? And to me, I can't really watch those and enjoy them unless the person's really given some insight on them or some things I didn't know about them, and not just, this is what I picked up yesterday. So, I want to do video game related stuff. I think with my Halloween related stuff, I'm finding some niche, things to talk about, and I'm focusing on like the Haunt Insider stuff, and I'll be doing more, Halloween build and planning kind of videos here and there. So, with the video game stuff, I obviously enjoy it a lot, and I love talking about it and sharing it. So, for the time being, what this video is going to be is sort of updated room showcase, sort of a little bit of a tour, but I've done a couple different tours, so I'm not going to do a full, around the room tour. But, just some more important things that I've picked up recently, and, actually try to talk about something about them. And some things that I look for when I collect certain games and things like that. Just try to be a little bit more informative. Also, I'll probably stick with this formula for a while, so it'll be like one big main update about everything that's involved in this room. Maybe a couple times a month, at least one time a month, and then here and there, unless something really special, like I'm on tour and I happen to come across a really cool video game store, or, find somebody, gives me an amazing, expensive game for free or something like that, I'll definitely mention one of those. But if you have any questions about anything, or you just want to talk about video games, cool. Send me either a message, leave a comment on this video, just with something, and we can start a conversation, and maybe I'll end up doing sort of a video or response to comments or questions about my room, about games, about zombie comics, about whatever, So let's get started. One thing I've been doing recently is sort of going back through a lot of different systems, game catalogs of systems, and just seeing some of the more high-profile, really rare, hard-to-find ones that I don't have yet. Some of them are just so ridiculously expensive that you really got to just wait until you find a good deal on it, or at least a good deal to, what you're willing to spend. A couple I've gotten recently that I've had on my radar for probably a couple years now, since I discovered them. And one of them, the first one I'm going to talk about, is a Sega CD game. It's a bullet hell shooter, a shoot-'em-up style, and it is called KO Flying Squadron. This is actually like a pristine, brand new copy, and when I say brand new, is literally I actually bought it sealed, and I did open it, and I didn't vlog it for the same reason why I originally said. It's just, it's not as interesting to me to watch someone take plastic off of a package, but I don't buy games to keep them sealed. Some collectors do. Some collectors like to have a copy sealed and one open. That's totally fine, whatever. I personally only buy a game if I plan on playing it. The reason why I did buy this sealed, though, is it just happened to be up for auction bid and not just to buy it now, and the starting bid was low, and it ended up ending for what it normally sells for open. So I was happy to get this. It's just such a odd shooter. I mean, just from the cover, you're playing there's a chicken, sort of like a bikini with bunny ears. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. But it just brings to the point where if you are going to buy sealed games, even if it's a reputable seller on eBay, make sure, like this, the way the Sega CD game was sealed was just plain old shrink wrap. It's not a Y-fold seal, it's nothing special.
So you really got to be careful that you're not buying a great looking game, great condition, but someone just repackaged it and is now selling it as brand new. Because honestly, it's not hard. I mean, you could go to, if you happen to work at a store that had a shrink wrap machine or had a friend or something, you could get it shrink wrapped very quickly, and there's little plastic like hanger stickers that go on the back of them. All you would need to do is honestly peel it off of another game or something and stick it on the back. I mean, they can re-stick, so be careful when shopping for sealed games if you do like doing that. Otherwise, just buy open and used ones and play them. But the other game that I got that's sort of really hard to find, and especially in good condition, is a Virtual Boy game, and this one is from one of my favorite game publishers and developers of all time, Atlas, and it is Jack Bros. And this one actually came with the manual too, did not come with the box. I would have just bought the game by itself, but another one in this case happened, just like the Flying Squadron, it just happened to be the right time, right place for a good price, and I got the little booklet with it as well. So I wasn't gonna, say no, keep the booklet. But the price difference between, just having extra pieces of paper or the cardboard box can be so much, and you really gotta, that kind of comes into play with, if it's a buy it now, don't be scared or feel intimidated to send them a message and ask if they're willing to lower the price at all, because I understand you want to get a little bit more money if you have a complete edition, but right now, for instance, I have a copy of a game called Musha on the Genesis that I'm trying to win, or just trying to buy, and they're trying to ask for the prices it was going for at Christmas time, and I sent a nice email. They responded to me, and I responded back to them just saying that, well, it's not Christmas anymore, and the last few haven't gone for that much. I really think, if you like to change your mind and accept, a lower offer, I'm very excited and willing to, make a deal with you. So don't jump the gun and pay a ridiculous amount. I know some people don't buy on eBay for rare games. They'd rather, wait to get a good deal at Goodwill and stuff. I'm all for that. That's awesome. I do the same thing. I go to, Goodwill and thrift stores to look for games. But certain ones that I want and I want to play, if I have to spend $100 or $150 or so on it, then I will, just because the chances I'm going to find one out in the wild before I'm 50 or 60 years old is pretty slim. So it's just, I'd rather pony up and pay the money for the game if I can find it, not at a ridiculous price, but at more of an expensive price. So you just got to kind of weigh those options. While I'm over here, I'll do one more little game that I just got. Bangai-O on the Dreamcast. It's a fairly moderate price Dreamcast game. I think I got it for $30, and that seemed to be the going price in January for it, at least. Another bullet hell shoot 'em up game. I'm on a kick to sort of try to finish off that that genre of games, collecting-wise, the ones I want. And there's one that is eluding me on the TurboGrafx, and it is Magical Chase. If anyone has a copy of Magical Chase and they don't want it anymore, let me know. But yeah, so that's probably going to be it for some of the rarer games I've picked up, and now I guess we'll move on to another side of the room. And here we are on another side of the room. Isn't that magical? This is the completed ceiling project. I don't know really what to call it. Basically all of the promotional boxes that I have collected. I've really run out of room, and I will probably end up having to either rearrange them if I get more, or just, stop putting them on the ceiling. But
it gives a different element. Any of my friends and guests we have over always seem to, you know, appreciate it and think it's cool. It's just different from what I've seen from other game rooms and stuff, instead of just putting posters on the wall or posters on the ceiling. So yeah, so that's done finally. A couple things I picked up recently from my friend's shop, Anime Fix. An Okamiden plush. Kind of was thinking of Katie when I got it, but in all honesty, I probably would have bought it even if I was lonely and by myself. But I love the Okami and Okamiden games. Also over here, I picked up a Odin Sphere statue. It's wrapped in a lot of plastic inside there, sort of a bad design decision to display it in the box, but you can still kind of make out it's a chick. Big fan of all Vanillaware games. Obviously Odin Sphere and Muramasa the Demon Blade, and then there's a new one coming out on the PSP called Grand Knight's History. One thing that I notice in a lot of other gamers' videos when they talk about their collections or whatever, I sometimes see a lot of collectors and stuff, their cases either still have stickers on them from where they bought them, or they stepped on it and it cracked, and you know, it's just they have a fantastic collection of games, but they seem to not take quite as much pride into either just keeping them in nice display condition. And with my collection, I just sort of see it more as like a small museum for me. I'm the one guest it has every single day, but I like to have all my games, you know, nicely clean and none of the cases cracked or broken. And it just, I don't know, it's how I've always been with all my stuff. And when you kind of have it like that and have that mentality, it just sort of helps to keep the actual games and the discs and stuff safe as well. It kind of goes hand in hand with, also if you're letting people, you know, borrow them, you know, you're a great friend, but at the same time you might not be receiving your game back in the same condition. That goes the same with any type of physical, you know, media like movies or CDs. It's just, you kind of got to make that decision of either, I don't care, you know, if it gets a little messed up, yeah, that's fine. I'm not that way. So, sorry friends, you can't borrow my games. I know I showed this in a video not too long ago, but it is probably one of the cooler statues I've gotten in a long time. It's a Licker from Resident Evil. And, you know, I don't mind showing that again because it's pretty badass. Coming out of a window, bullet shells and glass on the ground. Pretty sweet. Speaking of, like, sweet statues and figurines and stuff, this next, like, 6 months, like the first half of 2012, should be a lot of really cool stuff coming out. I spent 1 or 2 days at Anime Fix, my friend's shop, and I just, we were going through some of the previews magazines and looking online, and I put a huge order in for a bunch of stuff, and I'm hoping a lot of it actually comes out, because sometimes they get canceled or pushed back. Some Persona figures, a Persona statue, there's the other Odin Sphere statue coming out, there's a Silent Hill one that I've been trying to get my hands on, that I'm crossing my fingers that he can hook me up with that. So there should be some other cool statues and figurines popping up in the next, you know, half a year. But sometimes it goes a whole year without really anything really cool coming out that I want to buy. But so yeah, some stuff to look forward to. Last thing I wanted to talk about for this video is collector's editions. I had someone ask me a while back, do a video just about your collector's editions. I didn't really find it interesting if I was going to watch that on someone else's channel, so I decided, you know, to not do that. Also, it would have probably taken quite a few videos to really show all of the ones I have, because I would have liked to have described them and talked about them. So, not going to do that, but I would like to mention sort of the two reasons why I mainly buy collector's editions. First one is, I see this all as an investment. It is hopefully not going anywhere anytime soon. I plan on, you know, having all of it for most of my life. If I do ever, though, have to sell, or I want to sell off any of it, I, you know, want to get, obviously, the most money I can for it. Regular edition of a game always is going to be a little bit less, or sometimes a lot less, than a collector's edition. That's just how, you know, collecting goes.
But if you have a pristine, complete collector's edition, it's going to, you know, be more valuable. That's the number one reason, honestly, why I do it. Even if the item inside or items aren't necessarily something I'm dying, you know, to get. Luckily for me, I do work at a video game store, so I do get a discount. And a lot of times, the discount brings the collector's edition down to, you know, closer to the price of just getting the regular edition anyway, if I hadn't, you know, got a discount. So for me, you know, it's a little bit easier of a decision than, say, for someone that just, you know, flat out paying for, you know, the full retail price. Second reason is, say for something like Gears of War 3, it came with a statue. Same thing with Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Those statues, obviously I'm a big collector of statues and figurines, I got a bunch of them, by themselves would have probably been anywhere from $80 to $100+. When you package them in with the game, you know, the game itself, brand new, is $60, plus any other trinkets or extra content or whatever. Just the value of it is a good deal. I mean, for the Gears of War one, I'd say that statue is between $80 and $100. Game was $60 by itself. I paid, with my discount, $130 or so for it, so I mean, it was just, you know, a no-brainer. I like, you know, the statues, I like displaying them, I like having, you know, pieces of the game, like art, on display that I can kind of look at and, you know, click back in my mind and remember those aspects of the game. So those are the two main reasons why I buy collector's editions. I'll do a little quick scan of just some of the ones I have. Obviously, if you have any questions or you know, want to know what's in a certain collector's edition or what I think about something, just, you know, leave me a comment, shoot me a message, and I will be happy to speak with you through the interwebs. That's going to be it, I think, for this video. I hope, you know, to continue on with the video game videos and hope they, you know, they're mildly interesting. If you would like to see a certain thing, again, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to maybe do like a Q&A video or a showcase on a certain thing if enough people seem interested. So until next time, or until I come across something really cool, peace.